Well, still to come, staying happy and healthy in your golden years. We'll talk to an expert who says most of us are uninformed.
And later, some sobering information about the cost of health care when you retire. A lot of us are misinformed. All right, let's say you're in your mid-40s. You're still relatively young, healthy, and have a stable job, or you have a spouse or a partner who's working. But the fact is, retirement age is creeping up on you, whether you know it or not. And now is the time to think about those post-retirement years. Dr. Eva Mor, author of Making the Golden Years Golden, is here to tell us exactly why. She's a specialist in gerontology and healthcare management. Good morning.
Good morning.
Thank you for coming in.
Thank you for
early
having
in
me.
the morning. Let's talk about the number of people, first of all, who'll be turning 55, who'll be 55 and older in just 10 years. It's a staggering number, 7 million people
will be turning 50 and older.
Well, I will be among those people, so let's talk about this. It's the baby boomer generation, obviously. We're worried about Social Security. Should we be concerned that there will be enough facilities and Medicare and Medicaid and retirement homes as we age out?
As of today, there aren't enough facilities, services to accommodate that kind of number. And we should do something about that. Because of such a large influx into the senior years, it's a very unique situation. It never happened before, neither in this country or anywhere else in the world. So we should take that into an account and start really proceed in developing new programs and establishing services for the people that are going to need to use them.
Well, is there talk of within the industry? I've got to imagine that people are, as you are, well aware of this, and that there is something in the wings waiting for us. Yes.
No.
Nothing?
There is awareness of it,
right.
But with the change of administration, we're starting to proceed maybe slightly into that direction. Once we are aware, I think more and more attention will be paid to that, but as of now, we're far from ready.
Yeah, 10 years is not a lot of time. No. You say a lot of folks are misinformed, too, about the cost of Medicare, the coverage that it gives us.
Well, most of us are not aware that Medicare will not pay for long-term care for nursing homes, that Medicare pays only partially for many services.
Rehabilitation
Rehabilitation. It pays only for 100 days, and only if you are about to recover from that illness that you are being rehabilitated for. If not, then Medicare does not step in and cover you for it. So, you know, planning for retirement, and I tend to say that we plan for our vacations much more intensively than for our retirement. We don't take into account the fact that that Medicare won't cover us fairly well for our needs, and we have to step in and do something about it ourselves.
And the average cost of nursing home care for a year is a staggering amount of money.
Yes, about $70,000 on the average. And you know, a lot of people spend all their assets in the couple of years initially, and then end up on Medicaid because the cost is so high that they cannot afford paying for it for a very lengthy time.
What about assisted living as opposed to a nursing home, assisted living facilities? They're partially covered, are they not? But
some long-term insurance will cover, starting to cover assisted living. That's a fairly new phenomenon. It's kind of a step down from being at home.
Right.
So you're still independent pretty much, but the cost varies. The smaller facilities are less expensive. The fancier ones are very high-ticket items. So you have to shop around quite a bit and make it sure that it's suitable. I have a lot of information on my site.
On your website about that. And, of course, those home health care aides, that health care can be very expensive if you're trying to keep a loved one at home.
Yes, they tend to be expensive, but you can set it up in such a way that the help is given as you need it and increased as you need it. So if you only need for 2 days a week or take your parent to the doctor, then you take it you know, in increments.
In increments. And
that's how you lower the cost.
And if you can send your elderly parent or loved one to an adult daycare facility, if you will, that cost is averaging about what?
Between $50 and $80 a day. But that will include meals, and that will sometimes includes transportation.
All right.
And programs.
Well, the time to start thinking about it is now, Dr. Eva Mor, right? Thank you very much. And if you want to hear more from Dr. Eva Mor, she'll be at the Workmen's Circle on Thursday, May 21st, here in the city at 2 in the afternoon. That's on East 33rd Street, and admission is free. So come on down and get some good advice. Dr. Eva Mor, thank you so much. And coming up after the break, the art of toasting. A friend, a colleague, a family member, or Dr. Mor. Seems like a simple thing to do, but it is possible to embarrass yourself. We've all seen it. Stay tuned.